Grieving in Paris was not part of the plan. My intention was to wander the neighborhoods of Paris, to immerse myself, follow my intuition, and discover unexpected delights. I had zero desire to have a picnic under the Eiffel Tower. Now, don't get me wrong, kudos to all who have and will sip glorious champagne beneath its iron majesty. It just wasn't my thing, at least not on this trip. I craved something quieter, more intimate. But the magic was elusive at first. The city buzzed with an uncomfortable frenzy of traffic and crowded sidewalks. The moments of stillness I craved were few and far between. I'd arrived with the intention to embody the next evolution of my being. You see, for the month prior, the call of my soul had been persistent, quiet, but persistent. It's time to grow again, time to liberate a deeper layer of me. And this came from feelings that I had been in over that month of frustration and unfulfillment. And that's always an indication that it's time to do some inner work and grow. So that's what I did. I did the deep inner work. And it was time for wheels up and off to Paris. I was ready, determined, excited. But transformation requires a period of integration, a space between what was and what has yet to fully be. Whether it's an outdated belief, an ingrained habit, or a way of moving through the world, letting go always leaves a space. Sometimes it's a mere blip, and sometimes that space is bigger. In that space, this time, I met grief. My ego wasn't having any part of the changes I wanted to make, and it put up a fight of resistance, and it grieved. Not for the loss of a person, but for an identity I no longer belonged to. My ego grieved the loss of familiarity, that is, its comfort zone, my old way of being. My soul, however, was celebrating my growth and freedom from the restrictions I had felt. And so I found myself caught between two worlds, grief and liberation. Sorrowful dive into the depths and the light-infused dance of freedom. This is the terrain of intimacy, not the romantic kind, the radical kind. The kind where you sit with the truth of your being, where you let yourself feel without rushing to fix. Grief tried to pull me under. The light of freedom pierced those depths, not in grand gestures, but in the tiny, tender moments. A warm croissant, a stranger's smile, children laughing. As I walked cobblestone streets on a gray day, I slowly and gently stopped identifying with grief and began feeling exhilarated. And then, on a crowded sidewalk, a painting in a gallery window stopped me in my tracks. Not painted in the grays and soft hues often associated with Paris, but a vibrant, light-filled representation in pinks, oranges, yellows. It was meant for me. A celebration of transformation Absolutely. But also a reminder that anytime I feel restricted by a belief, a circumstance, or an emotion like frustration, unfulfillment, or grief, I can choose intimate connection to who I am and how I want to live my life, unrestricted, with vibrancy and depth, intimately connected to who I am and all that I'm becoming. And all that inner work, the inner work that leads to transformation, and even going through that period of integration, that is worth celebrating.